Oh, we're going to get into it. Welcome to Track Girl Summer. It's Monday. I'm Natasha. This is my co-host, Kori Carter. And we're here bringing the culture to track and field.
We are. Oh, sorry. Track Girl Summer. Track Girl Summer.
Follow me, Natasha Hastings, Twitter, IG, Facebook, YouTube. Follow the Kori Monster on all the things, Twitter, IG, and YouTube. Most importantly, follow Track Girl Summer, Twitter, IG. We're up to like 300 and something subscribers on YouTube, so keep subscribing. We're a quarter of the way there. We need 1,000 subscribers to monetize our YouTube channel. And we're going to get into why we need to monetize the things. But we'll be coming live to you Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the rest of the week. And then we'll be switching it up. But we already, you should be keeping up with us to know that we have some hot guests lined up for this week. Today we'll be joined by the Phyllis Francis. On Wednesday, we'll be joined by David Oliver. And on Friday, we will be joined by the reigning Olympic gold medalist in the men's 110 hurdles, Pache Hansel Parchment.
Pache!
So we are bringing the tea. We're bringing the shenanigans. We're bringing your favorite athletes. Make sure you come and join. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you share all the things. Lastly, trackgirlsummer.com. You see me and Kori out here matching with our trucker hats on. We got trucker hats and t-shirts available for sale at trackgirlsummer.com, along with any other, all of our videos are there, all of our posts. If you need to catch up, Track Girl Summer is your landing page. So let's get into it.
Yes. I was wearing my Track Girl Summer hat this morning. Before we get to our guests, a little track news. Track is.
Why you hold on? First of all, you're bringing the cuteness for both of us today, and you just gonna jump past the fit check?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I am very cute. Okay, so you guys know, I love a athletic leisure look. It's a matching set.
It's giving 90s. It's giving 90s. Yeah. I like it.
Didn't have time to tie my shoes, but I'm wearing court purples on the shoes. You see, and then the baby, he's just got a little headband on today, keeping it cute, keeping it light. Got to pull the 8 ears back when he's going to work. So, it says "just do it" multiple times on it. Say hello, baby. Are you over it? Okay. And it's off now, but y'all got to see it.
Well, this is my fit check, okay? My trucker hat, my war paint lipstick. I got on a hoodie. My schedule was thrown off this Monday, so this is why we need to monetize the things, okay? We're doing sound check and camera check, and I'm in my staff meeting, okay? Yeah. So I didn't have time to get all cute like Kori today. Here I am coming with the excuses. But y'all don't care about me. We promised you Phyllis. We promised you a dope show. And here we are. Kori's bringing the cuteness for me. Phyllis is in the backstage. She's cute. Just don't look at me. Just pay attention to Kori and Phyllis today.
I don't need time to be cute. But here's the thing, Natasha. Even when you're not cute, you still drop dead gorgeous. Because you don't have to put on them cheekbones. Those come natural, okay? Come on, warrior paint.
You're going to stop calling my lipstick warrior paint. It's war paint.
You're going to change the name.
Available at 400mdiva.com. You guys support Track Girl Summer, but I appreciate y'all supporting 400mdiva.com as well. The orders are coming in. Finally getting into a system.
What cracks me up is not only are the people watching right now might lose their jobs because they've taken their lunch break to watch track all summer, is you might lose your job doing track all summer. But
I was literally seconds away from like, guys, I'm sorry. I know you cut my check, but I gotta go.
Oh shoot. It's all good. It's all good. Sorry. Getting into track news. Track is still happening. Look, they said we're still going. The Keino. Am I saying that correctly? Classic happened in Nairobi, Kenya, which is so dope. I've only run in Africa once, and it was Morocco. I want to go.
I've only run in Morocco, but I've also visited South Africa and Zambia.
I want to go on safari.
I didn't get to go on safari in South Africa, unfortunately.
I probably shouldn't go on safari because I do believe that me and nature have like an understanding into where I'm gonna pet that animal. I don't care if it's a lion, cheetah, elephant, giraffe. I'm gonna touch it.
No comment.
Anyways, but we're at the kitchen class. You like that transition? What are you eating? And can I have a piece?
You can't eat this.
First of all, Trayvon Bromell, he ran a world lead of 9:76 in the 100 meter. And I feel like this is getting overlooked. Ferdinand Omanyala, second place, he ran 9:77.
Which I don't know why it was overlooked, because 9:76, 9:77, they were like neck and neck.
They really, but if you watch the race, like Trayvon was out. He said deuces. And I'm just Ferdinand. Didn't have real estate, but honestly, I don't know even if he had 5 more meters if he would have caught Trayvon. It just was like, it was close, but it was definitely Trayvon's race. And I feel like Trayvon, he didn't have the Olympics that he wanted, but this is a great way to end his season. And he said on his Instagram, I may not have grabbed the gold in Tokyo, but given where I came from, I feel I've already won. 5 years ago, I underwent surgery. 2017 to 2019, I was at home watching the track from the couch. Now it's 2021, and I'm the 6th fastest in history. So congratulations to him. He's been through a lot. We should have him on the show soon to tell his story, because he's been through a lot of injury and now back on top of the world. And then my girl came through. The hottest girl of the season, Fred Kerley, 1976 for her PB in the 200. Came off the curve with the lead and just brought it home. Is Fred Kerley the king of the sprints? And you're asking Kori, which sprint? Yes. The 100, the 200, the 400. Yeah. Yeah, it's his boyfriend.
Y'all are messy.
You were the one who, without any prompting, was like, Fred can get a date.
I mean, I think if we're gonna king someone, king of the overall sprints, we can say Fred. I don't think we've seen anyone with the type of range that he has shown. Sorry?
Michael Norman has a range, but I feel like he's not as dominant with the range.
Fred Kerley has medaled in the 400 and the 100. So that no shade, no tea, but like, this is what we're talking about when we're talking about kinging someone. Like,
I would like to say I said this, how long have we been doing track all summer? I said this during the Tyson episode, so this is this is a while back. He runs the summer, and it was really cool to see. I feel like he was really embracing being in Africa. If you checked out his IG, he was having a good time.
This time of year, and I feel like sometimes when we see big performances like this, I feel like some of it is because at this time of year, you see the athletes starting to more kind of enjoy and just kind of being like, what happens, happens. But like, I'm in Africa, I'm gonna live this up. and then they go on the track and still have some big performances. I feel like sometimes at this time of year, it's either a big performance or you see the fatigue, but you kind of see the athletes starting to kind of letting their guards down a little bit more and enjoying where, I mean, they were in Nairobi, of course. So
you're not really building towards anything. Like, you're just out there having fun and running because there's no
right. Mm-hmm.
final, there's no Olympic final. Like, you can just run and have a good time.
Exactly.
El Bakkali from Morocco, the Olympic medalist, he won the steeplechase on Kenyan soil. And let me tell you, baby, he was showing out. He was showing out. He took off his little singlet. He walked around the stadium bare-chested, letting them know, like, I may be on your soil, but I run things here. And I thought that, I really feel like you don't really see the distance guys going off like that. So I like the swagger.
Yeah, it was cute. It was cute.
He said, "You're gonna get this distance, Chess." Faith does what Faith does in the 15. She won the race I said the 15, sorry. She won the race in 4:02:40. And then I always say her name wrong. In the women's 200, there was 2 false starts. Talu had a slight lead coming off the turn, but Christine, that finish, nasty. And she won in 22:39, and Talu was second in 22:98. So that's what was happening on.
Imagine getting ready to say 22:39 is kind of pedestrian, but for what we've been seeing in Bama Run. Also, a little note to add to these marks in Nairobi. Nairobi is at 6,000 feet elevation. So there is a little bit of asterisks next to some of these fast times. Nonetheless, they still ran these times, but the elevation does count for something.
On the sprint side.
On the sprint side, yes.
Yeah. Can you break down why elevation is an advantage and a disadvantage for distance and sprints, please, for people who don't know? You know, teach people something.
I feel like it's a disadvantage as a whole, because as running the 400, and we've talked about the 400 being anaerobic, but then tapping into aerobic, you tend to run a little bit faster because the air is lighter.
You don't have as much wind resistance.
There's not much wind resistance up there. But it is like I don't even want to call it a gut punch, a chest punch, because the air density up there is so much lighter. And that's why you hear a lot of distance runners will go train in the altitude, so that when they come down to compete at sea level, they have then reaped the benefits of training at the deficit, if you will, and then coming down and having so much more access to air, if you will. But you tend to see faster times in the sprints, and then the distance runners will more so train up there as opposed to competing up there.
And even in the sprints, I feel like when we have to compete in Albuquerque for indoors, like, I always give myself extra time in my warm-up so I can take little breaks in between, because although when you're doing indoors and sprint races, like, you may not feel it when you're competing, but like during that, hour-long warm-up, you're gonna feel it if you don't take some breaks. So just a little information before we get to the main attraction, which is our guest. I'm so excited because
I wish we don't have, I gotta get some more sound effects. I'm sure there's a way to.
Do you want me to get in the booth and just record some things?
I had some ideas of us doing some voiceovers, but we'll talk about that offline.
She is a joy to be around, such like a positive person. She says she's an introvert, but I don't believe her. This is Phyllis Francis. She's a 2-time NCAA champion. She won 2014 indoors in the Open 400 and in the 4x4. She's actually the first woman in Oregon's history to win a 400-meter national championship. When she did that, she broke the then American record and collegiate record at the time. It's I think Kendall has it now. She's a 5-time All-American. In 2015, she got a silver on the 4x4 relay. She got 7th, but I would like to say that her and Allyson were like the only 2 Americans to make the final that year. In 2016 in Rio, she got 1st in the 4x4, 5th overall in the 400, and at Worlds, she won the 4x4 and she won the Open 400. And in Doha in 2019, she got 5th in the 400 meters and 1st in the 4x4. So we have, I don't know why it doesn't like when I stop moving. But we have a world champion entering the building. I'm so excited. Give that for Phyllis Francis. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Sorry, I didn't say that. Someone said Claudette said she broke Natasha's record at the 300-meter indoor, and we needed to recognize that she took Natasha.
That might have been, that's high school though, right? Right, Phyllis? Huh? That's high school, right? Or did I have I didn't have the 300 collegiate record. Is there a 300? That was high school, huh? Anyway, let's keep it. Welcome.
Hey guys.
My Queens, so New York sister.
Here. It's so good to be here.
Oh, thanks for joining us. I'm like, what happened?
Right. I was like, is there a lag or anything like that? It's so good to be here. Hey guys.
Thank you for joining us.
Kobu wants to say hi to his friend Morty.
Oh, yes, Morty. Come here.
Hi, Morty. Sorry, guys.
The dog moment.
Oh, look. Morty, say something. He's more focused with whatever is going on outside right now. Morty, say something.
Yes. We love mothers here at Track Girl Summer. I'm a mother, Phyllis is a mother, and Natasha is the newest mother of the bunch. And we love it here.
I'm not today. I'm not. I'm not going there.
Let's get into Phyllis. How did you
Wait, before we get into Phyllis's awesomeness, I feel like we gotta share some things, right? Huh?
Can we see his eyebrows? Because they're snatched.
The eyebrows are snatched.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, little shading.
The hair is snatched as well. I saw a post yesterday or day before about how much your hair has grown, and I was like, oh yeah, she did chop it all off a few years ago. And then the hair is extra long now. But I want to give Philly some credit, okay? We gotta
I want to hear it.
No one knows that Phyllis is the one who filmed all of our Track Girl Summer promo.
I was like, what is going on? She really did.
It was a lot of fun. Now
I see. I get what's happening. Okay. Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't catch on, Kori, or you, Phyllis.
I was like, because we always have a technical difficulty, so I was like, of course.
Phyllis did all of the photos, all of the videos, all of the everything.
It was great.
And she was so positive. She was coaching us the whole time, singing for us. We had that blow up pool, and there was no hose at the track, so Phyllis was
water
and water bottle. Yeah.
The best part was I was like truly the auntie, like sitting back, and I was like, these bras are really committed to this right now. Like, I was like, okay, let me get up and help, because Phyllis was all the way with the shenanigans. Like, no, we got to get the water, we got to fill it up. Okay, do me.
I can do 16 more shots if you want. We have to get all the angles. And I was like, Phyllis really is a real one. So yes,
I know how it feels when you just don't get that right photo, and then that person is annoyed and like, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm like, no, like we want to get everything out of it, so why not go for it? You know?
I'm trying to tell y'all.
We thank you. We thank you.
Thank you.
When I tell
enjoy working with you guys.
The track community has really rallied behind Track Girl Summer and got our little show together. I really mean it.
Yes. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that Philly Phil got her video cred and people knew that, like you said, Kori, like the folks are rallying behind us, and we appreciate you, Philly, because we really were like, how we gonna do this? And Phyllis was like, I got y'all. I'm here in the hot Texas heat.
Right. It was hella hot. It was hella hot that day. But it was fun. It was really fun. It was great. It came out really well.
Hot, I was out there, so.
Oh yeah. Should we tell them how out there you were?
All right. Anyways,
look, that part. On that note,
let's get into the interview.
Phyllis, how did you start running? How did you start running track and field?
It was something my parents made me do, to be honest. I know. Sorry, mom and dad. Yeah. So they just said, you're gonna run track. It was soccer at first, but you're actually running for like 2 hours straight, getting kicked at. I'm like, I'm gonna go with running. At least I have my own lane, and I don't have to worry about little boys kicking me or something like that. So, or a ball hitting my head. So that's how that started.
How old were you?
Oh, it's so vague. I'm going to say probably 8. I'm going to go with 8. I was probably 8, I think. Maybe.
You were a little. And how did you find the, because I know you started off, how did you start the 400? Because I know you started off on the longer distances.
Yeah, I started the 400 when I went to college because so I was a middle distance runner. I ran like the 8, the 15. That was cool and all. But when I went to college, they actually upped my mileage. So I went from running maybe 10 miles a week to 20, 25 to 30 miles. And that was a lot for me. So then my coach was saying, Coach Robert Johnson at the time, he was telling me, you know, if you run this 4x4 and split like 56 seconds, I'll start training you for the 4. I think I ran like 56.99, right? And I'm like, do I still get it? It's still 56. And he's like, all right, fine. Why not? Like, sure. And it was great. One lap, like, I loved it. Right. It was awesome. So that's how that started.
That's so crazy to me because, first of all, to think that you started off it like as a 56.99 girl in college to what you're running now is insane to me. And I always think of you as like a 400 runner. I feel like your body type is made for the 400. So to think that like at first it was just like, well, if you do this, maybe I'll let it was. We almost didn't have you as a 400 runner is insane to me because it's, to me in my head, I'm like, you're so clearly fit for that race.
Right.
It's insane because I'm like, you build like a stallion.
I didn't even know that until just then.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Know you as a
started I swear I'm telling you guys, like people is never too late, as what I'm learning is everyone starts like in high school. People are starting their event in college. It is never too late to like, you don't have to specialize at 3 like some of these people out here. But your sister also ran too. I actually met your sister before I met you. So you guys both ran. What was that like growing up? Were you guys super competitive?
She was more of the competitive one than me. Like she was beating me in races. It was so bad. People would come up to me like, good job. And I'm like, I didn't run that race. And they would say like, oh no, that's the slow one. I'm like, dang, like really? I know. It was just
oh, sorry.
Oh,
I'm just gonna
I'm looking at Natasha's face when I said that. Kids were like so mean to me back then. I was kind of like the ugly duckling, you know. My dad
But
was
look
like,
at me
"Don't worry,
now.
she'll get it." I know exactly.
He's a duckling
But
with
yeah,
medals.
it was exactly. It was interesting running with her because we would always run races together because she is 18 months younger than me, so we were like in the same bracket, and she would always beat me, and I'm like whatever, and people give me crap about it, but it was fun.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Was I roommates with your sister at World Relays one year?
You were.
I
You were.
was. I do remember that. Okay.
Yeah. You both were roommates with her.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm realizing you were getting beat because you weren't running your race.
Right.
You shouldn't. Don't judge a fish on its ability to swim. Like you got to find. Mike Palpin is you got to let your event find you, and you clearly were in the wrong race, which is why your sister was getting those W's over you. But that is interesting, and I feel like you must have a lot of like, what's the word, like perseverance, because I know if my little brother was beating me, I don't know if I would have stuck with track.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting.
She said, "Look where I am now. Look where I am now. No shade. No shade." This is gonna watch this and be like, you spent the first part of the interview just like coming at me. So you went to Oregon. What was that experience like running at Oregon, since it's such a strong program and USA? Yeah.
Well, when I first got there, it was okay for me. You know, I'm a city girl. I'm from New York City, so I'm just used to a lot of just fast-paced movement. Everybody was really chill and lax there. Like, I remember getting off the plane and looking up at the sky and like, wow, I see the stars. So this is different. People say good morning. You know, people more polite. I was like, wow, this is really weird. It was different. So it took like a year for me to kind of get into the flow of things. I would say my sophomore year is when things just started to flow, but I really like you're asking about the Oregon experience, I'm assuming. The gear, they have really nice gear. We had our own facility, the Jakewa, that glass building. That was awesome. It
When you
was just
say you had your own facility, you mean like track had its own like
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Most, let's be clear, most universities do not have that. Football has their thing, basketball might have their thing, but the rest of the sports, we share everything. But in Oregon, y'all had your own. Okay.
Yeah, track and field was like the basketball mecca for all athletes there. So they actually were right there with the football players.
Yeah, because I know when I would go to Oregon, I'd see you guys on billboards all around the city.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all
celebrities of the town.
Okay.
I know. It was cool. It was cool. It was fun. It was fun.
And how was it like training in that environment? Because I feel like Oregon brings a lot of big stars to their program.
It was. I actually enjoyed it. You know, it was like a community. You know, everybody knew us. Like you'll see locals come by and like, oh, I know this person. Like they'll cheer us on when we're at practice. The athletes were cool, just different personalities from all over the states and even the world that come here to train. It was just great. It was great. I wouldn't trade it for the world, that experience. Like it's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. It does seem like they really value and take care of their track athletes out there. And like I've said it 1,000 times, if you ask me if my favorite place to run in the US is Oregon, because the crowd appreciates like track and field.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask, like, do you feel like you guys have an advantage? Because like the trials are there, Prefontaine is there, we have the World Championships coming up this summer there, and so like training there, and you know, it basically being hometown, and you guys being so popular locally as well. Um, did you think that gave you an advantage competing there?
I'm gonna say yes and a little bit of no because they're just like they're diehard track fans. Like, they love all athletes.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, there's a little bit of bias in it as well. They love athletes that went to U of O. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. And Hayward Magic, you know, that's real.
It is.
That's real. Mm-hmm.
It
That
is.
is real. What I have to say.
I used to just pretend that they were cheering for me when they were rock.
There's definitely a
You know,
marked
lot of
difference
people
when
do
a
that.
duck is announced in Hayward Field.
Yeah, but I will give them credit. If you put on a performance, they appreciate it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I feel like you're a very like happy-go-lucky, positive person. Like, I've never been around you and not smiled. I wonder how you have, like, what's your mental state when you're about to compete? Like, how do you get ready for a race? How do you like get in the zone?
I'll probably. I'm just quiet. I'm very quiet. I'm really chill. I don't really like to hear my race plan right before they do the last like call room check-in. Just tell me it before. By then, I'm already in the zone, listening to music. I'll probably be snacking on something if I'm not too nervous, depending on the level of competition. I don't know. I'm just really chill. I'm like low maintenance when it comes to like before competition.
I've seen that. And what is your race plan?
It changes. It changes from year to year. You know, it just depends on where I'm at with practice and training. Just yeah, it's like right now it's pending right now.
Well, you've always been a strong finisher to me. We're competitors here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. You can say it changes, but we gotta study our competitors, and I'll be knowing like, okay, you know, you get out, but Phyllis gonna come home strong. So that much.
No, for real. But and you know what? You would come out really fast. So I remember there was a year where my coach was even telling me like, all right, she's gonna go out, like try to stay with Natasha or if anything, or stay within striking distance and whatnot. And I'm just like, okay, so we started working on getting out, and I think those were years when I would just die the last 100 or something like that because I just wasn't used to getting out that fast. I'm used to just saving, and then I'm like, all right, time to go, last 100. So that's what I'm saying. Like it changes from time to time. So.
Let me tell you, Phyllis has strength, grown woman strength. I remember racing you regionals 2013 and top two 4x4s go to nationals, right? I get the baton. It's me and Phyllis, and Baylor's like 40, 50 yards ahead of us. Maybe 40, probably 40 yards ahead of us. And I'm like, okay, just stay with Phyllis, stay with Phyllis. I'm done.
Why do you tell yourself that?
Because you have to go with Phyllis. Like, I was like, you had to get top two, and Baylor was gone. I didn't think we were going to catch Baylor. So I was like, I have to go get Phyllis Francis, and I'm crazy, and I thought I could do it. My crazy self decided I'm going to go at 150. I tried to go around Phyllis at 150 to go. This woman hit a gear on me and then hit another gear on me. And I said, wait a minute. I ain't got it, boss. I ain't got it. But she pushed me so hard. We ended up catching Baylor at the line. All three of us came across the line, and Oregon and Stanford went to nationals. But when I tell you, I felt so good, and I was like, I'm gonna make my move. And then Phyllis was like, little girl, if you don't sit down somewhere. I was like, oh yeah, that's why she runs the actual 400. Took me all the way out.
Good times.
I would love to know though your race strategy when you won Worlds. Starting with your warm up, because I heard a rumor that it was raining that day, and I heard a rumor that you were the only person to warm up outside in the rain, probably because you went to Oregon and you're used to it. And I feel that probably helped you because you saw a lot of people breaking down at the end of the race, except for you.
Interesting. So I just remember it just started pouring, and Coach Anderson, he was just like, just keep warming up. We're gonna keep doing what we normally do, and to the point where I didn't see anybody on the practice track. I'm like, where did everybody go? So I just missed the memo that everybody was training inside or underneath the grandstands. So I'm like, okay, I'm out here in this rain. I was really freaking out, but then I spoke with my coach. He calmed me down. I was like, all right, let's just go for it. I mean, I'm here now, so let's just see what happens. And that was probably the first race where I was just so chill. I was relaxed. I wasn't, and plus a lot of tension wasn't on me. A lot of tension was on Shanae and Allyson. So it just gave me more like leeway to just like, okay, cool. I don't have that added extra pressure on me right now. So I can really just go out here and just have fun. And it was cold. It was really cold that day. It was cold. And people were like, you're used to training in the rain. I'm like, you never really get used to training.
Okay, it's like you're used to the cold. No, cold is cold. Rain is rain. It ain't no used to nothing. Right. But I want to say, like, for both of y'all, I was also in London, but I was just there on relay duty. But I remember watching you guys' finals. And I remember it was like you said, Phyllis, it was the Shanae and Allyson show. And I remember watching the race. I was like, hold on now, especially that last 100. Because Phyllis comes on strong. We were in the team room. Team USA has the room or whatever. And everybody's like, come on. And I'm like, Phyllis. Like, I'm literally screaming at the screen. Like, everybody else is just like, come on, Allyson, come on. I said, but Phyllis. And then at the end, everybody looked at me like, oh, shit. Excuse me. But it was like, no, y'all are not looking where you're supposed to look. Phyllis is coming down the straight. Okay. Sorry. But I just remember the race like, Phyllis! Right. And Kori, I was screaming the same way at you too, because it's like everybody, it's so funny to be watching a race and you see how people watch people versus watching the race and seeing what's happening, and then people got to go back and watch it over, and I'm like, right. It was, yeah.
It was fun. It was good. It was good. I was actually surprised when I crossed that line. I'm like, is this really happening? And then they just shoved the cameras in my face. I'm like, oh wow, this happened. And I was kind of just,
You were in the zone.
Yeah, I was in the zone. I was off. The only regret I have with that, I know you guys didn't ask that, is I wish I went to the barber to get a haircut. Like, my friends and family were telling me to do it, and I was like, you know what? I'm here to run. Like, I'm working. I'll worry about that stuff later. And then I won. I'm like, snap. Like, all right, here we go.
Couple things. One, I don't know how London's barbers are. No shade to London. You got to go where you go. You know
what? I got my hair done in London. I wish you would have told me, because I also had my short haircut in London too.
Yeah, and it looked really cute as well. I was like, oh man.
Well, let me tell you what's real cute. Standing on top of that podium, okay? So don't worry about it, okay? You was cute, sis. You was real cute.
Like, that shortcut. The natural hair probably was an advantage because it was raining. You weren't worried about no frontal, no closure. You ain't worried about no leave out getting puffy. You were like, it can get wet and it gets better. That's why I love wearing my hair curly, because I'm like, it don't matter how much I I'll be good. And I feel like how you said at the end of the day, it was what it was when it came to the rain, and you were just going to go out there and like do what you had to do, because I don't like running in the rain, but I love when it rains, because I know one of my competitors, it's going to get in their head. I know if it's cold, it's going to get in someone else's head. And I know, to me, that's an advantage, because it's not going to take me out, but it might take you out. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the fact that you said I just stayed relaxed and I ran my race, that's how true competitors are able to be successful, because you can adapt to the situation. Even when you were talking about your race plan, you said it changes because it's like you're adaptable and like you are willing to do what is going to make you win, not do what you've done in the past. And I feel like that's a testament to being a great athlete, is being able to assess what you need to work on and where you need to, improve and change.
And adapting to your race. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You mentioned that it was the Allyson and Shawnee show, and I was watching an interview of you where you said that Allyson was like your role model growing up. What is it like now, competing against her, and also on the relays being her teammate? What is that experience like? Because I feel like to go up like, oh, I used to watch this girl, she's the reason why I ran, and now it's like, all right, I'm in the call room with you. Like, what's up?
It was honestly super surreal. Like, I remember, since 2015, even 2016, running on the relay and with her at the Olympics, like that was huge. She's such a cool, down to earth person, like an amazing individual, She's awesome, super nice, encouraging. Yeah, it was just great just seeing all these athletes. I know. Oh, yes, look, Natasha has it. Look.
That's just
Oh
something
my
I showed.
gosh,
Okay.
great times. Yeah, she's super cool, just all the athletes. I remember watching you, Natasha, when I was like
Auntie.
getting into track and field. Like it was just so cool just being around everybody, and just like you guys are just like you and just like me. We're just athletes training, trying to get that goal, just get on the podium, just putting all our hard work on the track and just entertaining the fans. It's just awesome. So I'm always honored to run with everybody.
Yeah. I think it's really cool, like, when you go pro and you finally make it, like, even to this day, I still, like, fangirl. But what I love about track and field is, like, when you cross over and you, like, are on the circuit, all of a sudden, like, the people you used to watch and you used to be like, oh, my God, you're all. I feel like does a good job of embracing, like, the next generation and, like, yes, I'm competing against you, but like we can still kick it. I can still give you advice. And I feel like people don't know that about like the pro track, especially with the Team USA. Like it's a very much a family vibe, if I have to say.
Right.
I wanted to talk to you about, since we're talking about a family, your best friend is one of your biggest competitors, Miss Jessica Beard.
Hey, Jessica, shout out.
How did you guys become friends? And like, how do you guys like, all right, because sometimes I see you and like, I'm like, y'all about to go head to head, race each other, y'all be kicking it, like in the warm area, having a good time, laughing. How are you like, go from friends to competitors?
Jessica is we actually bonded 2015 World Relays. I always thought, because of what the Oregon girls would tell me, because she was my competitor at Texas A&M, that, oh, she's mean, she's rude. All Texas girls have attitudes. So I was like, okay, don't want to talk with her. So when I qualified for World Relays, she was my roommate. So I was nervous. Oh my gosh, she's the sweetest human being I've ever met. I was like, wow, yeah, like she's really cool. I remember calling some of my friends. I was like, it is not true what our coaches said about Texas A&M girls. Like they are so
the
cool.
coaches was spreading that nonsense. Okay,
I think they were just doing that to just get us to stay focused and bring out that aggression. So
they was being messy.
Oh yeah, no shame.
Let me tell you. If there was a Real Housewives of track and field, like it should be all cast because they be the ones.
And disclaimer, Phyllis, you're right. They were just trying to keep y'all focused, but
absolutely.
I'm gonna take this moment to say this. I hate that, and I think even you and I getting to know each other is an example of it, right? That like we as women can't be competitive without being bitches, and it's like, we get to know each other. You getting to know Allyson, me getting to know all of us getting to know each other, and it's like, yes, when the gun goes off, I'll be that bitch. But outside of that, it's like you said, we're all human beings. We're all the same. We all have a lot of yes, we're working hard towards some of the same things, but it's like, what? Huh?
Right. it's like when you play Uno, okay? You're competitive as hell, but when you're done, you still, you're not going to talk to that person anymore? Like, no.
No, I still hold on to some. I'm still pissed off about a few. I have one Uno game that goes in my mind, but it's fine. Uno is for life, okay? No grudges is for life.
Not a Uno grudge.
No, because they didn't specify in the rules before we started playing that Uno out was a thing. They said Uno, but they never said Uno out was a thing. And so then I lost the game, even though I won the game. And I'm still upset about it. It was indoors nationals 2018. I'm still upset about it, but it's fine. I'm okay.
Are you?
I still hold hate in my heart.
Kori, you crack
But
me
yeah,
up.
I love that we are able to switch it on, switch it off, and like, because here's the thing, especially in the 400, you might hate that girl, but you're going to end up on the relay team with her anyway, so you better figure out how to work it on out.
Right. And I'm pretty much cool with everybody, you know. Kori.
It's fine. It just doesn't like it.
Hey. Yeah, I'm pretty much cool with everybody, you know. I'm just really chill. Why spread hate when you can spread love? So that's just where I'm at. The Oregon hippie in me is coming out, so flowers.
Well, speaking of hippie, I feel like you're very, very positive. You do yoga. You are a dancing queen. Like, how did you get into yoga? Why are you always dancing? Loves a good dance at the end.
I got into yoga when I was pro 2014. The end of 2014, Coach Johnson, Robert Johnson, he's the head coach of Oregon. He said that before I start actual training, you're going to do yoga 3 times a week with Chelsea Knight. She's a really good yoga instructor in Oregon. And I hated it at first. It was terrible. But after week 2, it was awesome. Like, I started to stretch, gain a lot more mobility. It was just a nice, like, natural de-stressor. I can't even say it. De-stressor. Okay, there we go. And I started dancing. I've always been dancing. My father's Jamaican. I'm from New York. That's what we do. We dance. We get light. It's just, yeah, I'm just very, like, I'm really reserved. I'm really reserved about it. So if you come up to me in a crowd like, oh, Phyllis, do a dance, I'm not going to do it. I have to feel the crowd. And then if I like them.
Lies, fables, and salads.
Stop. Stop. Tell the truth and shame the devil, okay? Because I see you with the TikToks,
after me, the whole crowd.
Not on your TikTok account, but like, and TikTok probably wasn't the right word, but like, you've been doing dancing videos and stuff. And
I've seen you at track meets. After the meet's gone on, you dancing with all of the starters, the volunteers. I've every time I hang out with you, we're dancing. Phil, lie.
Okay, okay, yeah. I can't argue with you on that. I totally concur. Okay. I'm not shy about dancing.
Someone just asked what your sign was, and we actually had I asked on my Instagram, people sent questions for you, and someone also asked, by someone I mean Ajay, she wanted to know how you got into astrology, and all of that stuff, because I know you like to know the signs and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay, so my sun sign is a Taurus, my moon sign is a Gemini, right? That's why I can kind of relate to what Kori does sometimes, you know, I can kind of see it. And my rising is a Virgo, but nobody cares about rising. To me, I don't, because that's just how people perceive you.
That is Virgo.
Because, like, what is a sun sign, a moon sign, a rising sign? I've just learned about these things, but like, or I shouldn't even say learned about, heard about these things. What is a sun, a moon, a rising? I thought I was just a Leo.
Right. No. So that's the thing. So there's more to you. It's very complex. Don't quote me on this because I'm still learning and mastering it myself. But okay, so your sun sign is who you are, like I am, right? Your moon sign is what you think, and your rising is what people perceive you to be. So I am a Taurus, that's my sun sign, but I think like a Gemini, and I come off as a Virgo. Hello. And you can use it to like see if you're gonna bond with people. Because some people say like, oh, they're Leo, but Leos sometimes don't go very well with what's the sign Leos don't go very well with? I'ma just say sometimes it's hit or miss with Aquariuses, right? Because it's an air sign, so it's opposite. But their moon sign might be a fire sign, so it actually balances out. So it's just like it'd be a lot of equations to it. We could be talking about this all day if y'all really want to get into it, but that's it.
But you love Eric, who's an Aquarius. Tasha likes Eric, who's an Aquarius, so maybe there's something in their charts that's making the Leo Aquarius connection happen. I love Taurus
because they're opposites. They're opposite. You're the opposite, actually. Yeah. So it actually works out very well. It's like me with Scorpios. We either hit or miss. And one of my good friends, she's a Scorpio, and we're really cool. And then there's some Scorpios where I'm just like, we just don't vibe at all. And that's okay. I'll just love you from afar, you know?
Okay. See?
So how do you find out your sun, your moon, your rising, your like is that just what you identify with, or is this actually like on a chart?
It's like on a chart. So you can actually go on Google, type in moon calculator or birth chart. You type in your birthday and all that information, and it just pops up.
You need to know the time of your birth, though.
Huh?
You need to know the time of your birth, though.
You do. Or you can just round it. If you were born in the afternoon, just say like 12 p.m. If you think you were born in the morning, just do that. I mean, it's yeah, you can do it that way. Okay. I don't really pay too much attention. Yeah, it's really fun.
On the next track, I'm going to have Natasha bring her chart, and we're going to find out what her charts are. What's going to happen.
Okay.
I love stuff like this. And you also cook. You also be in the kitchen chefing it up.
I was trying to get up that avocado toast yesterday.
Yeah, it was really good on that sourdough bread. And sourdough is a lot better for your digestive system as well. So if you guys like bread, I would go with the sourdough choice. Just little fun fact.
What else do you enjoy cooking?
I made steamed fish the other night. Yeah, steamed fish.
That's over. Did your dad teach you that one? Which steamed fish?
With kingfish over here. Not kingfish, red snapper. But I usually do kingfish back home in New York City. But kingfish here in Texas, it would be questionable. So I'm gonna just stay away from that.
All right. Hey, I'm coming over from it. I've actually had your food. We had a barbecue, and it was hidden. It was hitting. Yes. I want to let people ask some questions.
Okay.
Someone said, how did you feel when you won at Worlds? I feel like we went over that, but what was that moment like, getting your gold medal, hearing the national anthem?
It was great, it was kind of surreal, like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? I felt like an avatar in a video game. That's how I felt, low key. I know, different, odd, but it was just surreal. Like, wow, this is really happening. Oh my gosh, I'm walking on a podium. This is really happening. Wow, look at all these people. It was a great experience, it was great.
Were you able to sleep that night? Were you able to sleep that night?
Did I go to sleep the night before or that night after?
No, like after you won, were you able to go fall asleep?
Yeah, I was tired. I was really tired. I knocked out because prior I was not sleeping at all. I was getting like maybe 2-3 hours of sleep because I was just so stressed.
Oh yeah. which is insane because like it's so important to sleep in order to perform, but your nerves keep you up all night, which
I think doesn't get enough people attention or talked about enough, because we're always like, you got to get your rest, you got to sleep, you got to, and I always put more emphasis on the night before, because I know the night before I'm not really going to get much rest. And MJ was actually the person, Michael Johnson that is, was actually the person that like solidified it for me, that was like, yeah, you're not going to sleep the night before. Your brain is up running that race over and over. So it's funny to me to hear, and every athlete is different, right? Kori, Ajay goes to sleep right before the race, you know? But some of us, we ain't sleeping because we're nervous. We running the race over and over. We stressed out. We're full of anxiety. But I don't think people talk about that a lot. And it's like you crash the day after.
And then I get anxiety because I know I'm not getting my sleep, and then I'm upset at myself for not sleeping, and then I have more anxiety because I'm not sleeping, and then I start being like, if you go to bed now, you only get 4 hours. If you go to bed now, you only get 3 hours. You have to be up so you can take out, and the next thing you know, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. You're like, well, I guess it's time to wake up because it's race day.
Right. Yeah.
For real. Naps save lives. I would be napping if you guys ever see me in the warm-up area. I'll just show up like 3 hours before and just nap if I can. So.
What's your favorite leg to run on the relay?
You know, I'm starting to, it was always third leg, but I'm really starting to like first leg. Just, in a weird way, just pop off and get it over with. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's odd.
I can see that. I get it.
Yeah.
It's not odd.
Here you go, and I can like actually watch.
Now I can breathe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you standing there watching it like, oh my God, I'm way ahead. Oh my God, I gotta make all of that up. Oh my God, what if I mess this up? Oh my God. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like first.
Whereas it's like, done my job, here, bye.
Exactly.
Like, do you feel pressure on the 4x4? Because it's like, if you don't win the Open 4, I don't feel like you're personally like will be upset, but I feel like losing the 4x4 as Team USA is like unacceptable.
I feel like losing any race in the 4x4 now is unacceptable, especially what happened with the men's 4x1, how they were just dragging all of them. I was like, oh my gosh. Wow, what is going on? Oh, y'all looking down. Maybe we shouldn't be talking about that. Anyways.
No, we talked about it.
No, like, I'm just like, wow, like, they're so harsh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Noted.
That's what the people from the couch do. I mean, we had our opinions too, though, but
mine were. I felt like our opinions weren't like hateful. They were like on some technically, this is what I feel like should have been done. Just like 1 + 1 = 2 type stuff.
I think to be fair, and this is. To be fair, I think the schedule did not allow for certain things. And Team USA has a history or a tradition or standard that the individuals will always come first. And the individuals didn't have time to practice. So, you know, who was available was what went out there.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that. They don't know what goes on behind the scene. We understand that because we know what goes behind. So that's why we don't really look at it like, oh, it's a serious thing. It's just like, okay, it's like things happen. We get it. Next, you know.
Okay, Aisha with the shade. We were definitely on the couch.
First of all, wow. Y'all asked us to get on this couch and give our opinions. You're cute on that couch. Oh no! Oh my God!
That was funny. Whoever said that was funny.
was not even looking at the time, and I realized it's 1 o'clock. I feel like only 5 minutes has passed, but this is always what happens when I talk to Phyllis. It's just time to supply. But Natasha, I'll let you ask the final questions, close it out. You want to be respectful of time. But I feel bad because I'm like, dang, it's already 1 o'clock.
Final questions. We got to all of them on the script. Were there any in the chat that I missed?
People want to know if she wants to run the 200.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. And how you feel about hurdlers hopping on the 4x4 now?
Yes.
I don't mind. I think that'd be great. That's a great opportunity. The goal is for us to win, you know. So whatever is necessary. So it is what it is.
I love that. Mm-hmm. Because some people would not say the same.
Yeah. Right. Look.
It's also not a new thing, though. Like, we had Lashinda on last week, and Lashinda's been on the 4x4. We've seen Angelo Taylor on the 4x4. It's not a new thing. It's just, you know, sometimes it turns out that the 400 runners are the best 4 to put out there. Sometimes it turns out that we got some talent in the 400 hurdles and the 800.
See what I mean? Yeah.
And someone wants to know, so if you're going to run any 200s, and if you're aiming to run sub 49 at least once in your career.
Yes, and sub 40 seconds? Is that what
49.
Oh, yes. Yes and yes. That's the goal.
Phyllis, I love you, but if you ever run the sub 40, I'm walking to USADA immediately and be like, look,
you
you gonna be calling the tip line? Like, look, I know her address. I know where she is. I know where she grocery shops.
I hate her for 40.
Pull up. You know where I live.
I know what vet she takes Morty to.
Right.
Hey, look.
Bring Kori while we're at it.
Something to steamed fish,
okay? Hashtag respectfully.
Phyllis says I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But
right.
The favor.
Y'all are funny.
I'm sorry. And I feel like is that a good place to leave it?
Everybody bow their heads now. Amen.
But Phyllis, okay, here's my last question. Okay. I feel like you are a very positive person. Like, even when you look at your Instagram captions, it's always like hashtag positivity, hashtag like what's the other one? Gosh darn it, I was just looking at your IG again. But you're always sending good vibes out. Like, how are you able to like always be a light?
Say that last part again. You went out.
How are you able to always just be a light? I always smile when I'm around you.
Oh, thank you. You know, it's just spread joy. You know, I've been on the other end where it's just like pessimistic negativity. It's just not a good feeling. Why be on that side? Just be on the light side. Be happy, spread it. And you never know, your kind words might actually inspire someone to go out there and do it, whether it's with track or their job or a new business position. Like, you just don't know. So I feel like sharing my story and how I struggled and gradually made it to the top and still trying to make it and ascend as we level up each year, hopefully inspire someone else to see that it's definitely plausible. So that's why I would spread joy and just be grateful, you know, where you're at. And look at how far you came. Like, look at how far, like, especially you two. Like, you guys started track this summer. I remember when I was taking photos with you guys outside, okay? Outside.
In the hot. In the heat.
In the heat, using empty water bottles to fill up it took like what, an hour to fill that daggone pool up? And look at you guys now. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Anything is possible if you just start. All it takes is just starting, you know? So that's my joy. Namaste. Okay, guys. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Aww. Well, thank you, Phyllis. We really appreciate you coming to Track Girl Summer. You started us off. You were at the beginnings of the beginnings, getting us right. We really appreciate you. Follow at PhillyPhil88 on Instagram. Is it the same on Twitter?
Twitter, yeah.
Same on Twitter. Follow me, follow Natasha, go to our website, grab you a t-shirt, grab you a hat, grab you 2 t-shirts. You know, your mom needs one as well, because I told you to make sure your mom's watching Track Girl Summer. Follow Track Girl Summer on all the things, subscribe to our YouTube. Come back on Wednesday to watch us with David Oliver. Really excited about that. And then on Friday, we'll be here at the same time, same place with Parchi. I don't say it right. Don't judge me. And is there anything else I need to announce? I don't think
so. Is there anything you want us to announce, Phyllis? Anything that you want us to look out for?
Nothing right now at the moment. I'm just pretty low key.
Is there a Venmo? Send a Black woman some money today, guys. Phyllis, are you on Venmo? Where can they send you a few dollars?
What? Oh, Venmo me at PhillyPhil88 if you guys like this. Link down below. I'm kidding. No, I'm good.
No, she's not. I'm not. What's your Cash App too? Drop that too.
Right.
We probably need to get an invoice for these pictures. So we can send those
as I pull out my laptop as we speak. I'm kidding. Nah, it was a joy working with you guys. I really did enjoy it. So don't even worry about it. It was fun. It was all fun. I might use your photos for my portfolio though, if I ever like try to. Okay, so just heads up.
You guys heard it here first. You guys need to start supporting Photos by Phyllis. Website coming soon. And with that being said, just remember, no matter what time of the year it is, it's always a Track Girl Summer, baby. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Thanks, Phyllis.
Bye.